All right, we are live. 7 WWE Rocks here, and I am joined by a special guest. Let him introduce himself before I talk about basically Saturday night's kickout. It's Sunday night's kickout, and it's episode 15. I hope I'm right on that. And we're just going to be reviewing the 2014 Battle of Los Angeles tournament. But I'm joined by a guest. I'll let him introduce himself.
SquaredCircleSports on YouTube.com/SquaredCircleSports.
Yeah. Good intro.
ProWrestlingTees.com. Phone call.
God dang it, you ruined us.
It's cool. Someone will answer it.
All right. Well, I'm not editing this out because last time I edited something out, it took like an hour. So we're going from here. Here we go. We're gonna review all 3 nights, and we're not gonna go into great detail because 1, I just think some of the stuff you have to see to believe, and 2, that would take forever. BOLA, thank you.
BOLA.
BOLA, and 2, that would just take forever. So starting with night 1. And let's just give a quick overview of what we personally thought. Night 1, for me, kind of thought it was disappointing, and we'll get into that. I'll get into that. And I just thought it was disappointing. Some of the matches I thought could have been a lot better, but it picked up night 2 and night 3 easily. So what was your overall thoughts of night 1?
I don't think you can necessarily have a bad show with PWG. So I think a letdown would be a 5-star pay-per-view for like WWE or TNA.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, it was enjoyable to sit down and watch. So
that's true, and I mean, yeah, you put it perfectly. Basically, for the PWG show, you can't really have a bad time watching it. Just some of the matches might not be to the PWG standards, but still enjoyable, and it's always a great wrestling show. Let's get right into the first match, which was Bobby Fish versus TJ Perkins. What did you think?
I thought more of the commentary comments about Brian Cage's personal life.
Personal sex life, and got pretty detailed, and it was just a fun time from commentary.
It was a good opening match, I think. How about you?
Yeah, it was a good match. I think guys like Perkins, Chris Sabin, all these former TNA guys, or TJ Perkins still works with TNA, but I feel like this is BOLA basically in itself is to let them just show their true talents, and I think it's something TNA doesn't let them do, and a lot of TNA chants happen, so I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, commentary is probably the best part. I will say this: Excalibur, and it doesn't matter if it's Chris Hero, Chuck Taylor on commentary. Who else always comments with Joey Ryan?
Yeah.
I seriously think Excalibur and anybody they put him with is amazing on commentary. I just think they're fun and they talk about the match. And if they don't talk about the match like Brian Cage's sex life, it's still pretty funny. So, yeah. Decent match. And commentary is always just on point, perfect. Now, next match we have Biff Busick versus Roderick Strong. What did you think about this match?
I'm pretty new with Biff Busick. I watched some CZW, but I don't know. I just don't watch a lot of it. So I was pretty impressed by him, but I don't know. Roderick Strong's wrestling style isn't like I don't get bored with it, but it just can kind of I'm just kind of sitting there watching it. I thought it was a pretty good match. What about you?
Yeah, I thought it was a decent match. I'm not familiar with Biff Busick either. And I thought that dive he does a dive where he literally just like throws himself over the top rope because he's a big guy. But Roderick Strong is just, I think he's good. Like any match he does, I think the knees he does, the backbreakers. Oh, there was one part of the match, I don't know if you remember it, but he like had him in the corner and he picked him up and like deadlifted him, just picked up, like, Biff Busick's a big guy, and just deadlifts him in backbreaker, and that was probably the highlight, to be honest.
Yeah.
Roderick Strong's crazy with the backbreakers, but, yeah, we can move on. Cedric Alexander versus Trevor Lee. What did you think?
I really like Trevor Lee. I have watched some of his matches, but I'd never seen him in PWG, and I think he's the future of like PWG, and I think he's going to be a huge name in indie wrestling.
Definitely. His finisher is the Orange Crush, which I think is pretty funny. It's like a suplex into a power bomb. And Trevor, yeah, he's gonna be the future easily. And I think future PWG World Champion by 2015. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, the guy who
During 2015.
almost ended Kevin Steen almost.
Yeah, and he's
Consider.
we see in this tournament him using or trying to use the package pile driver, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost in tribute for Steen.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, you want to move on? Are you done with all those matches? The first round matches?
Yeah, we're done with those ones.
Done with those? All right. World Tag Team Championship title three-way match. It was the world's cutest tag team, Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae, versus Bad Influence, a.k.a. The Addiction, a.k.a. Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, versus the Inner City Machine Guns, which was Ricochet and Rich Swann, I think. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No? Is it not?
No, it is.
Okay, all right. I didn't hear you. All right. That match was good. It was for the title, so I think everyone knew World's Cutest Tag Team was going to win. But what do you think of the match?
I just want to get out there. I think it's probably weird for Johnny Gargano to see. I'm pretty sure his fiance.
Yeah, I think they're engaged.
And it's got to be kind of weird to see her getting beat up
Yeah.
all the time. But
he wrestles her later in the tournament, though.
Yeah, I know. And I think that it's a good mix for Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae because she kind of acts like the masculine one at points, but
Yeah.
when Christopher Daniel pops her in the face, that was just...
I was gonna say that was literally highlight of the match because you don't expect that. Like she was like fired up, and he literally just right hand knocks her just out right there, and that was easily I think highlight of the match to be honest.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, world's cutest tag team got the win, and moving on we had Tommaso Ciampa versus Michael Elgin, which it's like power against power. Kind of, I don't know why, but I'm not that behind those kind of matches. I didn't think it was the best they could have done, but it was what it was. So, what did you think?
I think in PWG they need to book more, like it's either technical and big guys versus small guys, or high flyers versus high flyers. I think two big guys facing each other can just kind of be an odd match. I don't think it was a bad match by any means, but I just think if it was booked differently, they both could have had 5-star matches.
Definitely. But at the December show, it felt like did you hear it's like a 4-way dance of Tommaso Ciampa, Uhaa Nation, Brian Cage, like the biggest guys in a fatal 4-way, so I don't know how that's going to go, but...
And as you say, a 4-way dance, they're literally going to be dancing.
They're literally just then talking about Brian Cage's sex life on commentary, probably. But, yeah, that was a decent match, and next match, in what could have been the biggest disappointment, I think, was Brian Myers, a.k.a. Kurt Hawkins, versus AJ Styles. Good match, definitely, but I say disappointed because the finish was just awful. Would you like to go and talk about the finish?
The finish of it was extremely odd because Brian Myers didn't even wait a second to sell the Boston Crab. It was just immediate tap.
Yeah, but it was like they started off on the top rope, and I guess they were. I guess he was supposed to Styles Clash off the top rope or something, but I don't know what happened. Like somebody fell, and he literally landed on his head, and then tried to make it look like he had a Boston Crab going, but it looked like he wasn't even holding him. So Brian Myers just tapped out right there. So that was disappointing. It looked like AJ was really pissed when that happened.
Yeah, and I don't know if it has to do with politics or anything, but I just kind of find it ironic that Brian Myers hasn't been booked for a PWG show since.
Dude, I like Brian Myers. I thought he was funny and good.
Yeah. Oh well.
But the Bullet Club just destroys all. I thought it was funny when AJ kept going like that during the match, but yeah. So not the best performance by Brian Myers, but later what was it? Night 3, we'll talk about it. He does a pretty funny spot that I really liked, and I was pissed at him on this match because I felt like he messed that up, but then on night 3 he totally blew me away, I think, and it was funny. But Styles hits 2 Styles clashes on Myers after the match. He probably was only supposed to do 1, but he was just so pissed off another. Just like, screw you, you messed this up, I'm picking you up again.
Then he intentionally has Hawkins tuck his head, breaks his neck.
Hey, he's whispering to him, "Hey, put your neck out. You'll be fine. We're gonna do a different move," and just breaks his neck right there. But next we had Drew Gulak versus Kyle Motherfudging Riley, and that was. I'm not familiar with Drew Gulak, and I wasn't that impressed to be honest. But it's O'Reilly, so O'Reilly just saves everything. What do you think of the match?
I think O'Reilly carried the load for practically that whole match, I thought. And Gulak, he's not really familiar with PWG, I don't think. He was trying to get CZW put over, it felt like almost part of the time. And I thought that was a little bit of BS that he was trying to put over CZW at a PWG show. But
yeah. But I don't know. He was like a weird, like he had O'Reilly wrapped, like his legs were wrapping. I'm trying to say this without making it sound gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But he had his legs wrapped around Gulak, and Gulak was like growling at him, and I thought that was really weird. It just looked so strange.
I feel like Drew Gulak looks like an old man.
But he's got an amazing jacket. I think his hold on, where is it? Hold on. Here. On night 2, his jacket is just amazing. And there's Candice LeRae. Hi, Candice. But yeah, it was I don't even remember the finish, but I just know I could already know that O'Reilly probably just killed him with an armbar and just destroyed him. But yeah, all right, match. O'Reilly's freaking phenomenal. So moving on, but at this time when I was watching it, I was just like, this isn't that as good as everyone's been saying. But then we went to the 6-man tag match, and it's classic PWG. Like 3 different refs, including Trent Beretta, like chair shots. Classic PWG, classic Mount Rushmore. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks taking on Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre Jr., and Chuck Taylor. This match was freaking just funny and good. What do you think about it?
I thought they did a great job of like mixing the storytelling because they originally had Zack Sabre Jr. like just taking everyone out, but then they started getting into more comedy, and then I'd like to point out that the Young Bucks can super kick a referee and not get disqualified.
Oh, was this the match? Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. Carry on.
But if he has the slightest idea that someone hits somebody else with a chair, it's immediate disqualification.
It was like, because I remember seeing it before I'd watched it. Like, I remember seeing a GIF of it. But then I didn't realize it was that match, so he just starts talking, and the Young Bucks just super kick him in the face. And it was just like, what was that for? But, what was I going to say? Basically, I really like Zack Sabre Jr. because I was unfamiliar with him, but I kind of like how when he was facing Adam Cole, he was like, he knew he was better and more technical, like just much better, but he wasn't like cocky, I guess. It's kind of hard to say. But you can just see how like he knew how to get out of every armbar and put his own in. I really like that about him.
How hasn't he been on British boot camp yet? I gotta tweet Al Snow about that.
I don't know, but he is. If you haven't seen him, I hadn't heard of him up to this point, and I just thought he was freaking fantastic. So yeah, and then during the match, freaking one of the highlights, I thought Kenny Omega went for an outside dive, and the 2 Young Bucks were on the apron. So when he went to dive out, they both super kicked him. I thought that was such a cool moment. I really liked it.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Al Snow have some beef with talking British boot camp.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because he said it was disrespect or something is why he didn't pick up that guy.
I'm so pissed.
I hadn't heard of the guy, but I saw he had a big following, so I was like, this guy's probably going to make it. And then I saw he got kicked off, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But do you have anything left to say about Night 1 as we review all of it? That's all the matches.
I thought it was an amazing night for what I paid for it.
Yeah. That's funny. He got it for free. That's funny. Guess what? I paid $15 for it. Dang it. No. But yeah. If you didn't know, Squared Circle Sports won all 3 nights for free. Yes, $0 all 3 nights. He is Jesus Christ himself. Just kidding. But that was so bad to say. I just went to church. I'm sorry. But moving on to night 2. This is the one I got for free. Yeah. So
Hey, me
let's
too.
carry on. Shut up, Brian. All right, night 2. Let's get into it. First round match: Candice LeRae versus Rich Swann. I really like. I think they do it so well, making a girl versus a guy believable. But at just some points in the match, it just kind of I don't know. It just made me think like they're making him look so bad, but they make it work at times. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. What did you think of the match?
I thought they tried too hard putting Rich Swann over at some points, and then they tried too hard to put Candice LeRae over as a tough
Yeah.
female wrestler at other points. But overall, I'm pretty glad that Candice LeRae won because
Yeah, that was pretty. And like there was, I'm gonna talk about 2 moments. There's one where it looked like you get into this feeling where they're doing arm bars and stuff. They're not hitting each other, so it's like, oh, this is good. This is how it should be. And Swan literally just slapped the crap out of her, and it was like, oh my god. And he was just like, what? It's for. And then there's another point where I thought it was really funny when he was in the corner, and it was after Candice LeRae was fired up, like she was taking him out with arm bars, blah blah blah. He was kicking the crap out of him. Has him in the corner, and she runs at him, and you're like, oh, what's she gonna do? And he literally just spinning kicks her, and just drops her right there. And I was like, what just happened? What am I watching? Dude, it was crazy.
I remember in one of the Candace and Joey shows, they had those two like talking to her brother, and all I was thinking was, if I was her brother, I'd just be like so pissed.
Yeah. Dude, it's insane how she just gets kicked in the face and just like took it. But she won with a reverse like Frankensteiner thing, and it was cool to see that. But they shook hands or like hugged after the match, right? I think.
Yeah, he like went for that standing 450. She rolls him up, and then afterwards he looks pissed.
And then like slapped her hand away and hugged her. I think that's what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
All right, that was a good ending. So even though even though he kicked her in the face, she loves him. So that's smart. That's showing domestic violence, what it's all about. moving on to Johnny Gargano versus Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor's screeches are the greatest thing I've ever heard in a PWG ring. So funny.
I love how they put over Gargano's physique.
Yeah, dude, he took off that shirt. He was like, dang, like Joey Ryan was like, oh man, he's been lifting, man. That was insane.
I love how Chuck Taylor pulled his like tights all the way up, and it was like, wow.
That was fun. And then like, what happened? He kept like messing with the chairs. They were like on the outside, and Excalibur was like, that's $15 a chair. And he's like, what? How much was it? He puts on the headset, and he's like, $15 a chair. And he's like, take that out of my bank account. And then just gets thrown onto the like mountain of chairs. I thought that was really funny. Chuck Taylor's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
But Gargano got the win with the Gargano escape, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. It was a lot of wrestling people. Don't get mad at me if I don't remember it. But Gargano got the win. That's what I know. Chuck Taylor's. It just seems like they even talked about it later on commentary that he's not there to win the tournaments. He's there to find tag teams in the 10-man tags. I just think that's so funny. He even at that point he's like, I'm not there to win. I'm there to make a tag team. And moving on, we had Ricochet versus Chris Sabin. Once again, this is Chris Sabin. I thought he won the TNA World Championship. I felt that was just throwing him a bone at that point. And then they had him that stupid storyline with Velvet Sky and that alpha female chick. And then he went nowhere after that, and they released him. But this, I felt, was how they were going to make him look good again, and it shows Chris Sabin is still awesome. What did you think of the match?
I thought this was probably the best first-round match in the BOLA tournament.
Yeah, probably. I could probably say the same.
Like, when I would check the, like, if you saw my entry video, you could say I was refreshing Twitter.
Yeah.
And when I saw Ricochet won, I was like, oh. But then after like seeing this match, I really appreciate Ricochet way more.
Yeah. When people were upset when he won, when it was like first announced, like people were on Twitter and stuff saying, like people were like, no one even, or some people were saying no one even knows that guy. Some were just saying, how did that happen? The matches, it's easily to say that he should have won. Like the matches he does and the moves, freaking insane. And I thought he was perfect. I thought he was the perfect guy to win it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him in O'Reilly.
Yeah, December 12th, I think, 11th, I don't know.
I think it's 12.
12th, yeah.
We don't have the name for this show.
Oh yeah, the last one's Untitled, and they don't even have a name. It's gonna be Untitled 3. It's gonna be exciting. But he hits the 630 splash, which is probably one of like the most exciting moves in like wrestling. And at the final, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it during the finals. But hits a beautiful 630, gets the win. Good match. And moving on, we had Biff Busick and Drew Gulak versus the debut of Red Dragon in PWG, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. I know you are a huge Red Dragon fan, so please, what did you think of their debut PWG match?
I'm glad they beat Team CZW because that's what I think of Biff Busick and Drew Gulak, but I don't know. I was glad to see PWG get Red Dragon because their characters seem to be so good, like with PWG style.
Yeah. I don't know. I was like, first half of the match I was kind of bored, but then second half I felt like it really picked up, and it was like cool to see them both get Busick and Gulak in submission holds at the same time. I thought that was cool. And then is it called Chasing the Dragons, their finisher?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that move I really like. Like I think that's like a really sick tag team move, and it was good to see them. And I'm glad that they're in PWG. I feel like really gonna show like what they can do, and it's like we see that in Ring of Honor, but now we get to see that in another company and maybe some different moves. So I think it's great that they're in PWG, and decent match. I liked it. Wait, what'd you say?
I said I think that they're turning babyface in ROH.
Really? Wow.
Like, because I was watching it last night, and they were facing Jimmy Jacobs and Roderick Strong.
Yeah, the Decade.
Yeah.
So. Oh, and no, I heard Roderick Strong's supposed to turn face in Ring of Honor, but I don't know.
I'd rather have like Jimmy Jacobs. I don't know.
I want Roderick Strong as a face, just going bruh the entire time. I love how their impression of Roderick Strong is an impression of an impression. And it's funny, like, during his matches, they're like, oh, bruh, give me that toe hold, bruh, and stuff like that. I just think it's so funny. But, yeah, more on Roderick Strong when his match comes up. But, first round match, another Chris Hero versus Matt Sydal. This one really blew me away, to be honest, because Chris Hero, I've said it before, he's got, like, what looks to be the hardest hitting shots like in wrestling. Like he makes it look so good. But I just feel like his matches are kind of slow. And at the start of this match, I was thinking this match is going to be way too slow. And I just don't think Matt Sydal works at a slow pace. But then it really picked up, and I thought this was a really good match. What do you think?
I think when Chris Hero was made, God broke the mold.
Dude, my rhyme, putting my rhyme over. Why did I win this Night 2 DVD? Go check out my poem, which won it all.
But
the greatest thing I've ever done.
The thing that shocked me most was Chris Hero's physique. I was wow.
No, I knew that. I knew that from I knew that from 11 when I saw that. Because the last time I had seen him maybe was when he was Cassius Ohno, and then I watched early Ring of Honor DVDs, and then I got PWG 11, and I was like, what happened? What happened to the guy?
Like, the last I had really seen of his physique, it was at a show that I went to, and I was like, oh yeah, he's put on like a couple pounds, but you know what can you expect? Maybe he just decided he was going to eat a little bit more that he's not with WWE.
Yeah.
And then I watched this, and I'm like, wow.
PWG 11, that's really what like shocked me. I was like, whoa. But he can still move like really quick. He must not like care about lifting and like getting into shape and stuff. But
Cardio, bro.
dude, I don't know, man. But there's one move where Hero was on the ground, Seidel did the backflip, and Hero literally caught him and then like flipped over into this, I don't know what to call it, but it was really cool, and I thought it was like an innovative way to do a move into the moonsault. I thought it was cool.
For sure. Next one is Adam Cole versus Zack Sabre Jr.
And probably the really good match. It was just showing how great of technical wrestler Zack Sabre Jr. is. And did anything funny happen? I'm sure there's a lot of suck, you know what chants, but I don't know. It was a good match. What you think?
I remember there was a USA chant.
Yeah, and it was like, why not just chant for Zack Sabre, you know, Zack Jr. whatever. I'm not gonna pronounce his name because I suck at it. But yeah, it was most funny when we'll talk. I'm sure we'll talk about it. But he was versing Kyle O'Reilly. Neither of them are from America, and they started a USA chant. So it was like we're just putting over USA at this point.
Yeah, I like how Adam Cole in the midway through the match, he's like, "I'm from USA."
Yeah, close up on his face. I'm from USA, and they're cheering for him. That was so funny. But that thing where he put Cole's arm like back like this and then just stomps on it. Oh my gosh, it was just so awful and painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Zack Sabre Jr.
Kind of an upset.
Yeah, a little bit. Former PWG.
I thought it was a really big upset match. But moving on, we have ACH versus Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, he's a weird one, but he gets the job done. And no, this was the match. Oh, this was it. When it started off as a Dragon Ball Z type fight, like that's how weird Kenny Omega is. They were like doing Dragon Ball Z stuff, and then it turned into a Rock versus Stone Cold reenactment. I thought that was really funny. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think it was Kenny Omega versus ACH. I think it was Stone Cold ACH. It was...
Yeah. No, carry on.
He's making shirts that ACH 316 and stuff, and apparently the sales on that are amazing.
Yeah. It was, if you don't get what we're talking about, basically there's a guy with a Stone Cold vest in the front row, and once ACH got that in his hands and wore it, it was Stone Cold ACH versus Kenny Rock Omega, and it was really funny, just the stunners and then reverse stunners, rock bottoms and stuff, and the fans just going bananas. I thought it was really funny.
I wonder how they hold that. If they're in the ring, all right, finish.
Yeah, I seriously don't get PWG. They must be really good at that, just improvising stuff. Yeah, I don't get he gets a vest. Obviously, they're not going over that before the show, so it's crazy how they came up with that so fast. But yeah, I was sad to see ACH not get the win, but Omega moved on. The final match of night 2 was Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian versus the Young Bucks. One of the best finishers I've ever seen. And what did you think of the match?
Oh, the finish of that.
It's crazy. It's something you see out of a video game. It was so crazy.
Young Bucks are just so over.
Yeah.
How they're not signed.
It kind of surprised me. You know how they were I'm pretty sure the longest reigning PWG tag team champions, I think. I don't know though. But it just shocked me because they really didn't need the titles. They were that over. It didn't matter if they had the titles on. So it kind of surprised me how they had the titles that long. But
yeah.
It was a good match, super kick madness, and if you haven't seen the finish to it with the Meltzer driver, which is literally Matt picks him up into a tombstone position, and then Nick on the outside comes in, does a 450 front flip, spike tombstone pile driver. Probably one of the craziest things. It's something you have to see to believe. Honestly, if somebody told me 2 wrestlers could do that, I'd say they're out of their mind. but it was crazy, and I really enjoyed it. So, you have anything to end off night 2? Anything to talk about?
I'm pretty sure during that match I heard Nick Jackson calling it, going,
Yeah, he takes into account how over he is for saying, "All right, I'm gonna hit a super kick." The fans are gonna go, "Yeah, yeah, let's go, Young Bucks, F the Young Bucks." He probably does do that. He's so over. But
oh, that's great.
here we go, night 3. This is it, the final night. Let's get right into it. Johnny Gargano versus Candice LeRae, a match made in heaven, or probably for Johnny Gargano, hell, because I don't see how this could go good for him either way. He's beating up his future wife, or if he loses, he lost to his future wife. I don't know. But what you think of the match?
The best part I got was when Ray put him in the Gargano escape. I was like,
Yeah.
what? I thought Gargano was going to tap.
Yeah, the fans were like freaking. Like Excalibur was just freaking out when that happened. I thought it was so funny. But
I was kind of hoping that they'd like send LeRae on to the finals just for like the dramatic effect of it.
yeah, that would have been funny. And then it was like Gargano didn't want to like hit her in the face or something, but she like spits at him, so he goes for a super kick, and then yeah, it was crazy. But Gargano got the win. Did he make her tap out? He didn't make her tap out, did he?
I
I don't think so.
don't know.
I don't know. Moving on. T.J. Perkins versus Ricochet. Another really good match with T.J. Perkins, which kind of upsets me now in TNA. I like the group he's in right now. I think it could go really well. I just think the matches that he has, they're really for nothing. But Ricochet and T.J. Perkins, I thought it was really good. What you think?
Sure. I really wish TNA would just make him TJ Perkins,
Yeah, that's true.
but part of me thinks that they're not going to let him because I think that's the only way he can wrestle in places like PWG.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
But
or-
I think they killed the man. I think they killed the whole suicide gimmick because they made him manic, and then even that I don't like. I like the fact that by day he's like a normal guy, and then by TNA night he's a superhero. Like I'm fine with that gimmick, but I just wish they would go somewhere with him and stay with him. It seems like he does good, leaves, and then just I don't know.
I haven't watched TNA in a while. Is he wearing that mask? Isn't he wearing that mask?
Uh,
That new,
that like bluish mask, is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
Where he looks like a I think he looks like a superhero, like a blue cape guy, and he wears that. He's still in the group with that. But I like him as T.J. Perkins, and him and Ricochet really did good. I thought they were really good talent, and yeah, moving on. Ricochet got the win. Moving on, we had Trevor Lee versus Elgin, and I thought this match was good, but I guess the finish was probably the best part because the fans like freaked out how like upset it was. What do you think?
I thought the best part of the match was that it was an upset because it's like, here's your ROH World Champion, and he just lost to a guy who's only 20 years old, not even legal to have a drink yet. And
Yeah. And taking the fact that like Elgin's been in the finals back-to-back years, and then they had him just get upset in the second round, which was kind of crazy.
yeah,
But yeah, Trevor Lee got the win, and it was like a huge upset. Fans freaked out. Moving on, we had Kenny Omega versus Matt Sydal, and I don't really remember this match, to be honest.
that's actually what I was going to say.
I don't. I seriously don't remember like what happened, but I don't know. Like, what's his face? Omega does this really cool thing. I'm sure he did it against Sydal. I know he did it in the final, or not in the finals, but like later on. But he does like a bicycle like bro kick type deal, but he does it with his knee, and I just think it looks like so painful and like amazing. But I don't remember anything that happened in this match. Do you? Do you have anything to say about it? Omega got the win.
Kenny Omega won?
Yeah, Omega got the win. So, moving on. We are the best reviewers, and as you can see, we don't take any notes, and I think it shows. Moving on. Roderick Strong versus AJ Styles. Another disappoint. AJ Styles, his matches were full of disappointments, but the finish was disappointing. But the match itself was really good because it's Roderick freaking Strong against AJ Styles, and I was like, I'm really psyched about this. The finish, I cried for a good. I had to stop it and literally cry. It was just too much for me.
I think it kind of sounds funny to think that AJ Styles, his BOLA match finishes were awful.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy. That's like doesn't even go in the same sense. Like AJ Styles' finish for his matches are awful. I can't even like it's awful. But a good match. I really enjoyed it, and a stupid Eddie Guerrero type finish. But Roderick got the win because AJ used the chair on Roderick Strong. When a ref got knocked out, is a whole deal. But it sucked to see that's how AJ Styles' like last appearance for BOLA that night, or yeah, for BOLA was that. So I was kind of disappointed in that. But yeah. Anything else to say about that?
uh, all I gotta say is the next match is the match I was most excited for easily.
All right. Yeah, I know you're ready to get into this. Kyle O'Reilly versus Zack Sabre Jr. You can get into this because I know you're a much bigger fan.
I am a Kyle O'Reilly mark, so
Yeah.
this match, like, when I saw it, all I was thinking is, why isn't this a PWG World Title match? Like, they've got to have another match.
Yeah.
But then it makes me think I don't want them to have another match because this one was just so epic
Yeah.
that I don't think they could top it.
Yeah, I totally get that. But I honestly feel like they're just both guys, Zack Sabre Jr., Kyle O'Reilly, they're just so good at techno wrestling. I honestly feel like they could, like, before the show when they were going over the match, they could have been like, okay, for 10 minutes we're just going to do sequences and stuff. Because I just feel like they're that good. Whenever one of them gets in the other in the arm bar or something, they're able to switch it out real quick. And I feel like they could just improvise that. I think they're that good. And it was, they put on a freaking clinic. It was really good.
I also noticed that Kyle O'Reilly, the guys he faced in the actual tournament itself, none of them wore knee pads.
Oh, really? It looks so weird when they don't do that. Like, kind of like Cesaro when he doesn't wear knee pads. It really annoys me. But I don't know. But this was the match we were talking about where they got the USA chant and everyone just started booing, and it was just like this is weird. What is happening?
Yeah,
But
they're booing them country.
yeah, I know. It was like this is rude. This is so mean. But I know, like, it was funny though because the Adam Cole one, because Adam Cole's the heel, of course. When they started chanting USA, people started booing because it was for Adam Cole, and they were just like, "We're booing America now? Like, what is this? What's happening?" Dude, I don't know. It was crazy. But anything else you want to say about that match and how just it's kind of a match where you have to really watch it to just see how great it is.
Yeah, it's,
But were you gonna say something? Sorry.
oh no, I'm just saying that's
All
like the
right.
way to put it.
Sweet, sweet. All right, next we had Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus ACH, Brian Myers, and Chris Sabin. This was a great Mount Rushmore. I think really did good this tournament, and it wasn't even a tournament match. It was just their matches were easily some of the best matches they had. But what do you think of it?
I honestly don't remember all of it. All I remember is that, oh God, what's the ref's name again?
What's his name?
The ref's name?
Rick Knox.
Yeah, I remember he almost
Yeah.
Brian Myers.
Yeah, because it was like it was no. Here's what happened. How it's set up. Because Brian Myers slammed the young Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, Adam Cole. Like he was picking him up, slammed him, and he did it like really fast. So when he turned around, he was just so into it. ACH came up to him and he power slammed him. Then who's the other guy? Chris Sabin came in, power slammed him. Then Rick Knox came in and he went to power slam him, but Rick Knox like reversed it into a pin, and Adam Cole counted the pin, and he almost got it. And it was just like, what would have happened if he had pinned him? Like, it was just so funny. Oh man,
Oh
it was
man.
really funny. I really like. I don't remember the. No, they did the what was it like ACH? I don't know what it's called, but when he does that thing where he steps on the middle rope, steps on the top one, and then just jumps out of the ring,
Yeah.
it looks so like pretty. Like it's amazing how he does it. If I go to Ring of Honor and he does, or when I go to Ring of Honor and if he does that
He
for the
will.
Briscoe match, oh man, I'm gonna be so excited if he does that. But
I think ACH needs to win a BOLA.
yeah, I know. Like his match with when I did the predictions for this, I picked him to go really far into it because his match with O'Reilly at 2013 one, I thought they have to put him like up in the just farther in the bracket. But yeah, it was kind of sad to see Omega beat him. But
Yeah, I could definitely see Cedric Alexander winning next year.
really,
Yeah, I don't know why.
he'd be the ultimate underdog because this year he lost in the first round and then he just goes on to win the next one. That'd be cool. But they did that thing where they did Adam Cole did the package pile driver, and then the Young Bucks like in mid package pile driver, the Young Bucks super kicked him, and then they dropped him. And I thought that was really cool. That was a sick move. But yeah, we're gonna move on. I have to go in my notes because it's not on the disc cover. So here we go. Semifinal match: Gargano versus Trevor Lee. Good match, I think. I mean, I'm sure it was good. I just don't remember.
I am a huge Johnny Gargano fan. Like, he's one of my favorites, and I'm not gonna lie, Trevor Lee had me rooting for him in parts of the match. I'm just high on Trevor Lee. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, but he did his finisher. I think that Orange Crush where it's like the suplex into the powerbomb. He did that. And I think Gargano kicked out. So I thought that was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember like stuff that happened, but I can't. But Gargano got the Gargano escape and made him tap out. So that was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
But
for sure.
I think Gargano should win one because last year he made Kevin Steen tap out. This year made Trevor Lee tap out, who beat Kevin Steen. So I think next year he already went to finals this year, so I think he should win it. I think he should win one.
Yeah, I think since he made Steen tap, then he made Trevor Lee tap out. I think he should be the one who defeats the one in 21-1.
He comes. Brock Lesnar throws an open challenge out, and Gargano comes out with Candice LeRae, and then Brock F5s with Candice LeRae, and then Gargano just makes him tap out. That'd be sick. That'd be the greatest moment ever. But next we have Ricochet versus Omega, and I like to say I remember anything, but I don't. So, and that's sad. It's it was the third to last match I watched, and I can't remember anything that happened.
I bet Ricochet won.
I bet Ricochet. Something tells me Ricochet won, but it's PWG, so like so many crazy moves happen. It's not like it's impossible to remember all the greatest. Like last night, I was watching them, and I'm like, oh dude, I'm gonna talk about this on the show. I'm gonna talk about this on the show, and then I don't even remember like a clothesline. Like I don't remember anything. So yeah, Ricochet I think got the win. No. And then after that, we had Team Hero versus Team Busick in a tear-jerker moment, and it was a 10-man tag team, but it was basically Willie Mack's send-off, his farewell. He will never return to PWG because he's going to some other company who then released him, and he's probably going to be back in PWG. So why that kind of sucks. When I was watching it, I was like, he's just going to be back. It's not a sad moment anymore. What'd you think of the match itself, though?
I thought it was fun, the slow motion.
Yeah,
part.
That was seriously so funny.
I saw a promotion try and copy it, and I was like, don't even.
You can't do that. But Chuck Taylor was on commentary, and he was in the match, so I was like, why is there only 4 people on that side and there's 5 on the other? And then Chuck Taylor, halfway in the match, goes to Excalibur. I'm gonna ask Rich Swann why he's only wearing 1 knee pad, and then he left, and that was it. He never came back. He just, as announced, just went the rest of the match. But slow motion part was seriously one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a wrestling match.
Oh yeah, for sure. I loved it.
It just, dude, I didn't see you had Mr. Sacco, and it literally when you started talking, it switched screens to you, and it just showed you with the sound like this. That was really funny. But dude, slow motion. I really like not only the wrestlers doing it because I think it's hilarious, but when the crowd in Excalibur are going this is awesome. Like, Excalibur did perfect on commentary for that. I thought it was so funny.
Oh yeah. If Chuck Taylor wasn't there, I don't think it'd be the same. Chuck Taylor has to be in everything.
Chuck Taylor's always got to be in the random tag matches that are just. Oh, remember when they all, like, it was like a Congo line, like they all did chokeholds on one another? It was just 10 guys, and then Trent Beretta came out. Another stupid PW. That's what we forgot about Ricochet and Omega. Omega threw a chair at Ricochet during the match and hit him in the face, took out Excalibur, yet the ref did absolutely nothing. Like, it was like he used a chair, but it was like, oh, who cares? That's fine. But AJ Styles uses the chair, and he gets disqualified. So I didn't get that. And I didn't get Trent Beretta coming out doing the kick thing to all 10 guys. And he didn't get, like, it wasn't a disqualification. Like, it was like, Trent Beretta's here, cool. But, didn't what's his face? Chuck Taylor, didn't he pull out a grenade at the end?
I don't even know about Chuck Taylor. He does the craziest.
Because I didn't know what they were saying, like, at the end. I just saw his hand up like this, and I was like, did he pull out a grenade? And he just, all the wrestlers backflip out of the ring, and Trent Beretta got his leg blown off again.
I don't know. That's why I love PW.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we forgot to talk about Omega and his chainsaw. And you got it. I didn't even get why he did, like, and remember, that's what we forgot about Matt Sydal and Omega. He used it on Matt Sydal, and then Matt Sydal held back, so it looked like he was literally holding back a chainsaw. That was funny. Classic PWG. See, anybody that hasn't watched this makes us look like we're like high, and we have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pay $1 million for these DVDs.
Yeah.
So
Definitely, yeah. You could say you paid $1,000 and you could because you got them for free. So shut your mouth. But finals, here we go. Finals, this is it. Gargano, Ricochet.
Oh.
What?
And Roderick Strong, who didn't even earn it.
Oh yeah, we totally forgot to say that. All right, you talk about it. After the O'Reilly versus Zack Sabre Jr. match, what happened?
So Strong just comes out, starts, beating on O'Reilly. He does the backbreaker. Everyone's like, oh, okay. Pulls out chairs. And then he does the backbreaker onto the chairs, and everyone's just like...
It was like the worst. Oh, my. It looked so painful. Like, came out, kicked O'Reilly in the face, kneed Zack Sabre Jr., so he took Zack out, so that's why he didn't help, if anybody was wondering. Yeah, put the chair so two were sitting at that, and then like another chair in the middle, and just flipped him up, let go of him, and just let him smash onto the chairs and break 3 chairs in the process. It literally looked like Kyle O'Reilly. And then he put him in the stronghold after that. Like, he killed the guy and then put his limp body in the stronghold. So, yeah. So, Roderick Strong got a bye in the tournament, so he went straight to the finals, so that's why he's in this match and O'Reilly isn't. Main event, what did you think about the main event?
I was kind of disappointed that Gargano didn't win.
Yeah, that's true.
But Ricochet deserved it, but I think it was like a quick match, and I think the way the crowd reacted to Ricochet winning was just like...
Yeah, you're definitely right. It seemed like a quick match, and I don't know if it was just because it was fast paced, but yeah, it seemed pretty quick. And then the finish kind of was like I didn't expect it. Like he hit a 630 on Roderick Strong, and that was like awesome. And then he did that thing where he puts him in the fireman's carry and then just drops him so he can kick him in the face. And I just didn't expect that to be the finish. And it seemed like some people cheered, but then they showed the front row, and it just seemed like people were pissed. Like, you could see people were cheering, but just in the front row, everyone just pissed, like Brad Maddox. Like,
yeah, Brad Maddox runs in there, low blows him, Roderick Strong rolls him up, does a quick count.
That'd be sick. Freaking, that was the first thing I noticed, though. The first DVD I put in, when it was T.J. Perkins versus Bobby Fish, the first thing I noticed was, is that Brad Maddox in the front row? Like, it was, I don't know, it was funny. But Ricochet got the win, and in just classic PWG tradition, the trophy gets smashed by Roderick Strong. So does anybody walk out with the trophy intact? I don't think anyone's ever done that.
I think Kevin Steen should just break every trophy.
And just come out. He only returned just to pack his power driver the trophy and then leave.
Yeah, like he did the San Francisco Giants hat.
Yeah, that was the first PWG match I ever watched, and it was like the greatest thing ever. But
Yeah, that's great.
yeah, Ricochet did a good speech at the end. He was basically like people were like cheering or like booing, and he was like saying, "This is my time. I get to talk. You can all shut up. Did you win BOLA? No, I won BOLA." I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, Roderick Strong destroyed the trophy, but he walked out still as BOLA champion, so he was like still proud. But a good ending. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, do you have any final words about this?
Just an overall PWG show. That's the only way. You can't say good, great, or anything because it's typical PWG.
PWG is always good. That was good. That was a good way to end it right there. PWG is always good. You can't even say it, but yeah. So hopefully, if you were thinking about getting it or you already have gotten it, just I hope you thought our review was good and good. You had stuff to say. Look at it. He got it for free. So if you envy him and want him to die, get back in line because I do too. No, just kidding. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Say your gimmick thing about subscribing.
Make sure to like button, subscribe, all that good stuff.
No, that's mine. Oh, we should have switched off. I should have said your thing. And follow me on Twitter at 7WWE-Rocks. Follow Ryan at
Not tweet Ryan.
Not tweet Ryan, question mark. Is that it? No, it's... Wait, is it?
It's just no tweet Ryan.
Okay, sorry. Alright, no tweet Ryan.
W-C-W.
You're worthless. And, yeah, thanks for watching. And we have one viewer, and we're about to stop the broadcast. I'm gonna let you say the final words, but I'm gonna say have a nice day. You say the final words.
Make sure to like button, subscribe.
Alright, we're not ending with that.
Check out my Twitter at 7WWE Rocks, and as always,
yeah, we're ending with that.
Have a great